So, Peter, your title, The Levitan Pitch, Buy This Book, Win More Pitches. That's kind of cheeky, isn't it? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, let's just come to the conclusion that ultimately I want people to win pitches, and I think it's very important for me to establish the fact that I know how to pitch, and I decided that it would be a very good idea to do that right on the cover. In fact, I make a guarantee that if you buy this book, you will in fact win more pitches.
Tell me why you wrote the book.
Well, I wrote the book because one day I read some research that said that 47%, I'm going to get this right by reading it, 47% of respondents, these are advertising agency employees, surveyed by Provoke Insight, say that they are dissatisfied with the current internal approach to pitching. And furthermore, they don't like unreasonable timelines and long work hours. Now, that is essentially part of pitching, but I concluded that the process itself was a failure at most agencies, whether they're small agencies, medium, or large, and I can say that because I failed at Saatchi and I failed at a small agency. The good news is I've won more than I've failed, so I'm applying the winning strategies to this particular problem. But the fact that most advertising agency employees don't want to be in the pitch, I think is a major problem in most agencies.
Who do you want to read this book?
It's frankly for you. It's for the agency management, for anybody in business development in an agency, for employees who someday want to run an agency. And after writing it, I realized that I'm imparting information that's useful, frankly, to anyone in communication business, as well as, frankly, even startup guys. I mean, why not? Everybody's pitching all day long. So just parse it out. There's a lot of stuff. It's a 251-page book.
All right. So knowing that it's a fairly long book, what are the top reasons that anybody should read it?
Well, I think the biggest reason is that going in, I recognize, as I said, that advertising employees, agency employees, are dissatisfied. What's interesting is that most agencies are making mistakes in their pitches, and as I proved in a great story about Saatchi & Saatchi London in a pitch that I ran, even big, smart agencies are making mistakes. And that was proven out by my talking to 30 experts, many of which did very long interviews in the book. And it's shameful, but most agencies make a lot of mistakes.
Do you want to tell us a bit more about the Saatchi & Saatchi pitch for Adidas?
Well, I'll just give you a bit of a hook, since, of course, I want people to buy the book and win more pitches.
Yeah.
It was an interesting pitch because we were pitching the CEO of Adidas, who, by the way, had been the CEO of Saatchi. So I don't think you could have a more friendly pitch. In fact, he turned to me in an early meeting that I was in with him and Mara Saatchi, and he looked at me and he said, "Peter, you've won this business unless you fuck up." Well, we did fuck up, and the way we did that was, unfortunately, showing a film illustrating the major theme of the strategy, and that film included the beating of baby seals on the tundra in the Arctic.
Oh, yes.
Didn't work.
Not so much.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, advertising pitches are essentially sales presentations. Do you have one last piece of advice that you can give before inviting people to rush out and buy this book?
One of the interesting things is I interviewed 16 advertising agency search consultants, and I asked them what is the one major pitch mistake that people make. And of course they gave me many, but I would say the number one pitch mistake that agencies make is they talk about me and not the client. And you would think that intelligent, smart, experienced agencies would have figured that out by now, but that is not the case.
All right. Well, thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
Everybody run out and buy it. The Levitan Pitch. Buy this book. Win more pitches. Thank you.